I'm gonna just barely bump the camera, and you can see the amount of shake. And if I zoom in even further, look at that. Just touching it. That's the amount of shake you have. Nothing like some good ice water. No, a locust. I've heard they're good to eat, especially when they're dead. So, not really gonna do that. I used to love crushing these things up when I was a kid. I'd find them on pine trees and just. Oh. I don't know if that's a dog or what. You got teepees though. Maybe I can steal one of these and put it in my mouth right here. Because I'm missing one. I'm missing more than one, but I'm not going to show you that. Again, y'all see what we photographers do for a photo. I don't know if it's dedication or insanity. I've seen on Facebook where they are seeing, people are reporting a lot more black bears in this area. There we go. That's a lot of rain. I'm not sure if we'll get any of it. So weird, I'm telling you, it gets right just before where I am and it all just dissipates. Eat some lunch. Who doesn't like a Hunt Brothers pizza? They're good. What's up, y'all? Before I get to explaining where I'm at and what I'm up to today, oh, that echoed a lot. I'm just gonna give you a update on where I've been the past nearly 2 months. I think it's been 2 months. Been doing a lot. Got a lot of new gear that will hopefully help my videos. So last video I think I published, I was at Pipes Lake, and that was back when it was still summertime, hot. Since then, so after that, about 3 weeks later, I went to St. Catherine's Creek Wildlife Management or Wildlife Refuge, and made a whole video of that place. And it is a beautiful place with so many very, very old oak trees that are, I don't even know how they're still standing. Beautiful place. Made a video about it, and then kind of at the last minute, my daughter and I decided we were going to go to Colorado to film and photograph all the fall colors and the aspen trees there. So I haven't even had time to edit and make the video from St. Catherine's Creek. And I dang sure haven't had time to make the video from Colorado, because I think I took over 400 pictures when I was there and made a lot of video. So kind of get you up to speed. I'm going to be putting the Colorado video off for now, and I'm going to be putting the St. Catherine's Creek video off for now. I may never even make the video or put it together and publish it. And the reason for it is it would take me probably a month to make the video from Colorado. There's that much footage and there's that many photographs that I took. It would be probably close to a 2-hour video, if not longer than that. So I'm going to put that off, and because I can always make that, and it don't matter if even if I put it off till springtime or summer, it'll be beautiful video to watch. The colors there are incredible, and the views were incredible. It was an awesome trip. So anyway, the reason I'm not doing those videos and putting them off is because right now, I'll turn the camera around and let you see it in just a minute, but right now, our fall season here in Mississippi is just kicking off, and I'm very surprised that we're getting some of the colors that we're getting. Now, I am in an area that has mostly hardwoods. This is government land, so it is much better here versus, you know, other places that may have a lot of pines. You won't get a lot of fall color. But there is a lot of hardwoods in this area. And most of them are at peak right now. A lot of them died before they got a chance to turn because of the drought we had. We have been, today it's actually sprinkling. Let's see, this is Monday, so Saturday was Veterans Day, and Friday before, it rained all day. I mean, it poured. It was the first real rain we've had in 3 months. So we were going through a severe drought, and a lot of these trees, they just died. There was no, you may be able to see some behind me. Some of the leaves, they're dead. They didn't get a chance to turn color before dying. So anyway, but the ones that did make it through, a lot of them are at peak right now, and they're beautiful. So beautiful color. Something that you don't typically see a whole lot of in Mississippi. Some years are better than others. So anyway, I know I've yacked enough, running my mouth. I'm just trying to catch y'all up on what's been going on. So yeah, made a whole new video that I never published from St. Catharines Creek, and also went to Colorado for 9 days and lived in a camper van and traveled basically the whole southwest of Colorado and made a video. Still haven't made that video, still haven't published that video, but it will come in the future. So today, basically what I'm doing is I'm just riding around, just random. I have no plan. I'm not going to be hiking trails, nothing like that. I just want to drive around my car, and if I see something, stop and try to photograph it. I have no plan. So, and a lot of the times that's worked out pretty good for me. Just random drives. What I did want to say is, so I have bought a few things. I've bought a new lens that will save me a lot of weight. I can take the lens that I did have that was a lot heavier, get rid of it, not get rid of it, but put it up until I really need it, which will be rare. And that saved me a lot of weight in my bag, carrying it around. I bought a new drone. I finally got a new drone, and a better drone than I had. So a lot of my footage on the video should be a lot better. It should be a lot more interesting. I'll give you a lot more better points of view, you know, different angles of things with a drone that you wouldn't get with just a camera. So, and then of course I've got an external mic, and that will improve my sound quality tremendously. I can actually, to test it out, I don't remember the exact distance you can go with this thing, but it is a lot. It's over 100 feet away you can go, and it still picks up my voice. So even though I'm 15 feet from the camera right now, you can hear me like I'm right up close to it. So these things weren't cheap, but if I'm going to do this as a hobby, and I do enjoy it, I love photography, and this video making thing is kind of something new for me, but I do enjoy it. It's very fun. It's a challenge more than anything in the computer. When you get to the computer side of it and you're trying to make the video and incorporate different songs to play, and music, and just camera angles, zooming in and out. It's been a learning experience for me, that's for sure. So, but it's a challenge and I like it. So I will continue to do it. Have no idea. Like I said in previous videos, I don't know how often I'll be able to do these videos, because I do have a full-time job, I do have a family, and I don't have a lot of time just to go out and do these things, but I'm going to do my best to make videos as often as I can. So, all right, enough rambling. I'm going to turn you around and just give you a quick look at what I'm looking at. And again, try to keep in mind, this isn't Vermont, New Hampshire, Colorado, Montana. So don't expect something just absolutely just crazy beautiful. But for Mississippi, sorry guys, I'm trying to get this clamp off the tree here. But for Mississippi, it's quite nice. So let me turn you around to show you. You can see all the colors there. And again, I don't know how vibrant and nice they look on the camera, but in person, it's pretty nice. And they're just scattered all throughout here. So I'm going to take a walk. This is government land, so I can be on this land. It's not private. I'm just going to take a walk down through these ridges and just see what I can find. And if I don't find anything here, or whether I do, whatever, I'll finish up here, get in the car, and then we'll go to some other location and just do some exploring today. It's you probably can't hear it, but it is sprinkling right now. Thank the Lord. We need rain so bad. It was supposed to be, forecast to be just a flood today, just washout. And for whatever reason, all this rain, I watched it on the radar this morning, all this rain is coming up from the south. And kind of right before, around 84 Highway, which is in the south of Mississippi, it just dissipates. It just goes away. So I'm hoping this second line of storms that are coming up, I hope it floods. I hope it's so bad that I have to quit making the video because we need the rain so bad. We've been under a burn ban now for a while. We can't burn anything, can't have bonfires, can't even enjoy a bonfire in the fall time, you know, with some apple cider or whatever you want to drink, you know, just to relax. And you can't even do that because of the burn ban, because of this drought we've been in. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the rain does. All right, I'm gonna put this down, put the camera down, eat some lunch. Who doesn't like a Hunt Brothers pizza? They're good. And then we'll go explore some woods. So we still got mosquitoes in freaking November in Mississippi because of the heat. Golly. One of the most frustrating things about photography, and it's often the case, is composition. A lot of times a lot of photographers, not everybody, but you know, you're beginners, and I was there one day, years ago, I was the same way, but people don't understand how important composition is and where you put your camera. It makes all the difference. And right after I just talked to you a while ago, I came down this hill. I hear something walking. Maybe we'll get a chance to see a deer, who knows. Anyway, I came down the hill, or I first talked to you this morning, and I didn't go 100 yards, and I found a tree that's just gold and yellow, just lit up with color. Well, just looking at it, you're like, oh man, you know, shouldn't be very hard. Just set your tripod up, take a picture of it. Well, it's not the case. I have gone from that ridge over there to this ridge behind me. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm trying to get, what kind of picture I'm going for, and I need elevation to get it. I need elevation. Get on. I need elevation, and I need what is the word? Why do I always go blank when I'm trying to think of this word? Compression. I need elevation and compression. So I need to be up high, and the reason I need to be up high is so I can zoom in and on the tree and kind of eliminate all the other crap around it that I don't want in the scene, in the picture. And along with the elevation. The compression is basically when you take the lens and you zoom in, and you kind of compress the scene. You have like a tight, crop around whatever you're trying to shoot. In this case, it's a tree, and you kind of illuminate all the messiness all around it, all the branches and the sticks and dead trees and whatever the case may be. So anyway, without talking too much, that's what I'm trying to look for. And I've only got one other vantage point I can go to, and that's way over there. So I'll just kind of show you what I'm looking at and what I'm up against, because it's not as easy as just throwing your camera up and snapping a picture. You could do that, but it would be like every other snapshot with an iPhone, with a cell phone. It wouldn't be very interesting. So here's the tree. And as you can see, it is full of color. And honestly, this camera don't do it justice. But you have dead trees. You have other, pine trees right here that I don't want in the picture. So in order to get what I want out of this, I would like, what I would really like is for this to include the tree. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe I'll do some research. But the tree, and I'd like to have that the pine tree right there. Sorry about my voice, y'all. It's kind of, I feel like I'm losing my voice. It's real scratchy sounding. But anyway, I would like to have this one and along with the tree that I'm photographing, just kind of give it, I don't know, a little bit of depth in the scene. And all these leaves that have kind of blanketed the foreground here, I'd like to include that in the picture too. But we'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to get it or not. There's just so many trees in the way, and that's a good thing. I'm glad there's trees. Otherwise, it'd be just bare and boring and ugly in these woods. But trying to exclude what you don't want in the scene is, it's difficult. I've been here about an hour, and I have not taken one photo. I have been here past 30 minutes. I've been trying to run around and find the best place to set my tripod up to take a picture of this tree. So, man, I tell you what, I know a lot of people think photographers just go out in the woods or wherever they want and just snap the picture, and it is not that simple. And I'm not by any means trying to, talk myself up like I'm some great grand artist or anything. That's not what I'm saying, but it's just, there's a lot of work that goes into every picture that a photographer takes. If they're a good photographer, it requires a lot. So you can kind of see there's that tree just kind of glowing in the distance. So I'm gonna hike up this ridge and see if I can see anything, get a better vantage point. Well, there she is in all her glory. And I still cannot find a good composition, a good place to set my tripod up. Oh, wait a minute. I think I may have found it. I'm only on the edge of, can you even tell what that is? 5-foot drop off. Oh, there we go. That may actually work. I don't know. If it will, I'll have to tear some of these little dead branches down, try it out. Still not going to be what I wanted originally, but it's getting to the point where I'm just going to waste more time than it's worth. So I'll set up my tripod, see if it's worth shooting, and I'll bring you back if it is. All these dead limbs in the way. Why can't it just be easy? I don't even know if I could reach this one. There's a twig, I guess. Look at there. I don't even think the camera's picking this up. There's a rub right here, an old rub that a buck. Well, he tore that thing up and then he broke the branch. If I could only reach this dead limb and just go ahead and help it out some and break it. I can't reach it. Dang it. Or can I? Again, y'all see what we photographers do for a photo? I can't reach that. I don't know if it's dedication or insanity. But this is the things that we do to get a shot that may possibly work. All right, I've still got my camera set up for something I did in Colorado, so I'm going to, first of all, get this on manual mode. Take the put a 2-second timer on it. 1-point autofocus. And I don't even know what I'm going to shoot it at. I'll put it on 5.6 for now. We'll go down to ISO 100 for the best quality. All right, zoom on in here and see what I'm working with. Man, this is not what I want. Why? It is crazy. I mean, this entire, all these woods, I know you can barely see me. Let me move this up. Let me go this way. All these woods, everywhere you look, you see color. You got reds, oranges, browns, reds, oranges. That sounds weird. Yeah, that's right. Reds, oranges, yellows, dark brown. Even the ones that are dead kind of look cool. But you got all these colors, and it is so hard, so difficult to take a picture of anything, to make it look good in the camera. When I first started photography, I would have taken 10 pictures of this tree in different angles. But after you do it so long, you just know what's going to look good and what's not. And I just don't think, I just don't think it's going to look good. And I hate that because I have wasted so much time on this if it doesn't look good. I can tell you it doesn't. All right, so this is a great example of wasting time. No, seriously, it's a good example of having literally this is the prettiest tree in this entire forest that I can see from this spot. I can see color everywhere, but there's no tree that's full like this, and it has potential. It's the best one, and I cannot find a way to photograph it to make it look good. That is one of the most frustrating things about photography. And it's almost every time I go out, it happens. I will find the coolest thing ever, what I would think would be like print worthy to hang on your wall, and I'll circle around it for an hour, and I just cannot find a way to shoot it that makes it appealing. Anyway, well, I may not have a good picture from this tree, but I'm glad this happened, so at least you guys can see at home. You can see what it's like on a daily. you know, you go out for a photography little adventure and you can see what it's like to fail, you know. You know, that's not to say I may go just over this ridge here and just find the perfect scene, the perfect tree, the perfect whatever, and come away with an awesome shot. That's fine, but a lot of times you don't see the failures like this. I've gone on 3 different ridges, this ridge, and that ridge that I walked in on, and I cannot find a way to shoot this tree to make it look good. So anyway, I'm sure you guys are probably like, okay, move on. I get it, I'm sorry. But just wanted y'all to just kind of, you know, I don't want to just film everything, all the success, you know, and just make the video seem like I have this perfect day out in the woods every time. It's just not that, it's not the case. More times than not, I go out and I come home frustrated because even though I may have taken a picture, I know for a fact it's one that I'll never print, and more than likely nobody would ever want. Nobody will ever go on my website, or my photography page and on Facebook and be like, oh, wow, can I get a print of that? You know, can I purchase a print? So anyway, I'll stop rambling for now. I'm gonna pack this stuff up, keep walking around, because you never know. Never know. This is literally the first thing I've stopped at, so there's potential all through these woods. Excuse me. So, with that being said, we will keep walking and see what we can find. I don't always bring my pistol out with me, but here lately I've seen on Facebook, sorry, shaking a little bit. I've seen on Facebook where they are seeing, people are reporting a lot more black bears in this area than there ever have been. Now I know there's not that many of them, but a lot of people say, "Oh, it's just a black bear. It's not a brown bear or a grizzly." Shoot, brown bears, especially if they have cubs. I mean, black bears, especially if they have cubs. They still got teeth. They still have claws. And they can still have an attitude just like every other bear. And you never know. You never know when one's just gonna have a bad day and you run into it, scare it, spook it, and he just snaps. So anyway, all that to say, that's why I carry my pistol when I go out like this. Who knows if a pistol will stop a bear, if they're like in a rage or whatever, but you know, I got 17 shots. So if that don't put it down, I guess he deserves to live. Here's Old Glory in all her beauty, and I cannot find a way to photograph it. I'm looking around and there's just leaves falling in the distance. It's so peaceful here. Other than the mosquitoes in my ear. Just look at that though. Just look at it. It is, I don't know. It's rare, at least in Mississippi, that you get a ground like this. It's just blanketed with these fall colors. You typically don't get that. So this, I don't know if you can see that either. You never know what you're gonna find in these woods. Can't hardly tell, but this spot right here is matted down, it's flat. So some animal, I don't know if it's a coyote or a fox, bobcat, I have no idea, even a baby deer, maybe a fawn. Something lay down here, maybe overnight. Very odd spot to lay down, but whatever. Call me crazy, but I think I can make a picture out of this. I mean, you got all, look at the contrasting colors. You got, I go this way, so you got green back there around the background of the tree. You've got a pine tree that's been burnt, and you got all these golden yellow leaves. Let me see what I can do with this. And here's the problem with this. The problem with this is I would love to remove all these dead limbs that's fallen. But if you do that, you're going to mess up all the leaves that are on the floor of the, I keep saying the floor, the forest floor, the ground, whatever. Let me get out my tripod. Get my camera. Actually, I should tell you what, let me get out my camera first. Because if I can't make sense of this handheld, I dang sure ain't gonna make sense of it on a tripod. I think this it'll be more of an abstract style picture. But I think I can make that work. I honestly wish there was just a little bit more light. We'll see. We'll see. Tell you what, I'm not even gonna set my tripod up. I'm sorry I keep sniffing, y'all. This weather. I know it's annoying to hear me sniff on my videos, but this weather's got my nose jacked up. Okay. I don't need it at f5.6. Let's go to f4. That'll give me a little faster shutter speed. So at f4, ISO 400, that gives me 1/50th of a second. So let's see what I can do here. If this actually comes out to be somewhat decent, I'll be shocked. And I say that because I always picture these things in my head. I'm like, oh, I can make this or that. This will look good. And I get it home and pull up in the computer, and it looks like crap. But maybe with this one, it'll work. All right, guys, if you don't see this picture on the screen, just know it didn't work. I picture things in my head. Like I said this morning, they don't always turn out. Let's go see what else we can make of the day. We got plenty more time to find some stuff. Well, How long did I spend at that other spot? 2 hours. Got back to the car, got in the car, drove down the road. And I looked to my left, and there's just trees begging to be photographed. Just right here. One there, some over there. So that's another great thing about photography. Another wonderful thing. When you're out on location doing whether you're doing some scouting or doing some photography, at least for me, more times than not, I kill myself trying to, I spend and waste so much time trying to photograph this first thing I see. And a lot of times I'll just go right down the road, or right around the corner, or right over the next ridge, or whatever. And the thing that I was trying to photograph for 2 hours is just, there's another one right up the road, just perfectly positioned and waiting to be photographed, which is what we got here. So when I tell you that happens all the time, it drives me crazy. But at the same time, I'm thankful for it, because now maybe I'll have a composition, something to actually photograph. Or not something to photograph, but something that I actually can photograph. And there's also, just like the last location I was at, just down the road, there are tons of just scattered trees throughout here, really pretty. But I'm not going to go chasing things that are, 200-300 yards off. I'm just going to waste time doing that. So I didn't even bring my camera with me out of the car, because I was going to make dang sure that these trees were in a place where I could photograph them. So now that I see now that I see that they are, look at that thing, a stump. But now, come on screen, now that I know that they are in a position to be photographed, and I can put myself in a position where I can actually get a photograph of them, I will go back to the car and get my camera. And after that, I'll bring you back when I'm back here set up. I don't know if that's a dog or what. You got teepees though. Maybe I can steal one of these and put it in my mouth right here, because I'm missing one. I'm missing more than one, but I'm not going to show you that. The rain's starting to pick up just a little bit, which, like I said earlier, is fine by me. I brought which if it's too bad, I won't stay out in this, but I brought a poncho, or a rain coat, jacket, and whoop. And I do not mind sitting out in the elements, especially when it's been this long since we've had rain. So I've got you all tied to this very thin little tree. You see swaying? If you start blowing around, that's why. So, let's see what we can do with this. I sure hope I had better luck with this than I did the other one, the other place. We'll have to break this branch off though, so hang tight, because it's on the tree that you're attached to. Whew. All right. I'm gonna go down to ISO 100. Go to 5.6 so I can hopefully get all the leaves on that tree in focus, or for the most part in focus. And with this polarizer on, another car coming by. With this polarizer on, big old redneck trucks, diesels. The same truck's been by here 3 times. Anyway, let me hold you still for a minute. Stop blowing tree. Okay. So, ISO 100 f 5.6, so I can get the trunk of the tree in focus, and then hopefully most of the branches around it in focus. I'll tell you what, I'm going to actually use my lens hood because it is raining, and or sprinkling. I don't want a drop of rain to get on the lens. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to twist this around like this. See if that makes any difference at all in the picture. Because what that'll do, instead of having it vertical like that, and you've got just a little bit of pine trees on your left and right, and then you'll have this splash of color, this tree in the middle, the yellow-orange tree. What that'll do, if you put it horizontal or landscape orientation, is you'll get more of the pine trees vertical, going across the frame, and then you'll have the color in the center, and it'll just make it pop more because there's more to the picture. There's more trees, more flat pine trees with trees with no color, and then all of a sudden, bam, right in the middle there's color. So it just kind of makes it stand out more if you do it like that. I actually may take this in a 16 by 9 format, because I love 16 by 9 shots. I don't know what it is, something about it, it's just more artistic to me. So, I zoomed in and the leaves are blowing now. So that being said, I'm going to have to bump my ISO up to probably about 400 to get my shutter speed to speed up fast enough to capture, to freeze the leaves as they're moving. Because if you don't, you'll get this, blurriness to your leaves. And in some cases that may look good, but that's not really what I'm going for. So what I also have to do is, since I changed my orientation, I've got to turn my polarizer a little bit more. It is so peaceful being out here. Like, I don't even care if I get a shot. I don't care if I get great pictures or not. It is so relaxing to be out here and have fall color all around you. I'm gonna wait till that wind dies down to take that shot. You have fall color all around you, and you have rain. Oh, I don't know what other states go so long without rain like we have, but I'm telling you, when you go 3 months with no rain in the hottest time of the year, August, September, October, well, August is the hottest month of the year for us, but August, September, October, no rain. That, we have trees. You can drive any road you want to in Mississippi, and there are pine trees and other trees, but mostly pines that are just dead. They are brown. Everything just died. But we're finally getting rain, and it is so needed. All right, so the wind died down. I'm gonna take 2 shots. I'm gonna take one. This first one's gonna be 1/15 of a second. Make sure that mic's on. And then I'm gonna darken it down a third of a stop more. And what that's gonna do is just make the trees stand out a little bit more. I'm gonna come off screen just 1 second because there is this one limb here that is in the way, sticking into my shot. And dadgummit, that's not it. It's the other tree. There we go, much better. And I hope I don't get any comments on my video about, why are you tearing up trees? Why are you tearing, that looks better. Why are you tearing trees down just to make your photos or something? I mean, like, first of all, the trees are dead that I'm breaking, so I doubt anybody in the comments will care about that. But if there is that one person, the trees are already dead that I'm breaking, so I don't want to hear it. Alrighty, now I'm gonna leave my camera on because there's another tree just behind this tree that I think will be even better shot than this one. I think it'll be more of an abstract shot, but I'll bring you back when I get over there because it's about 50 yards from here. I'm gonna whisper. My mic's on. We got ourselves a little friend showed up. Last time when I did the video of the one I haven't posted yet about the St. Catherine's Creek Wildlife Refuge. I had an armadillo like 5 feet from me and it never saw me. They're blind. But there's one down here. Oh, it's going into a hole. No, never mind, it's not. I'm not sure if I can zoom in enough to show you guys that, but basically doing what armadillos do best and go around and digging freaking holes in everybody's yard. You know, when I tell you these things are blind as a bat, I will. You know what? I don't know why I'm whispering. I think these things, I know they're blind as a bat. I don't know if they got good hearing though. But anyway, I'll move on with my composition here. Wasting time with no dang armadillo. Spin this polarizer around until I get the desired look. There we go. Put the lens hood back on. It's coming up the hill towards me. I'm gonna press on with taking this picture. If it gets close to me, I'll spin the camera around and show you. This thing, I swear. So, what I'm gonna do is get the big guns out, get my 100 to 400, 100 to 500 lens, and zoom way in here and get exactly what I want. Because even though I love this 24 to 105 lens, it just doesn't have the reach that my other lens does. So I have to swap out the polarizer, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. So I'll bring you back whenever I get all that done. That thing's still sitting there rooting around. Where is it? Where is it? Right there? No idea that I'm here. Armadillo's still there. So as you can see, I've got my 100 to 500 lens on, and that's really, let me see if you can see this. Probably not. We'll see. So this little splash of orange right there, that's what I'm zoomed in here trying to get. And I'm all the way in at 500 millimeter. So I'm shooting at ISO 500, f7.1 because that's the lowest aperture, that's the lowest and widest aperture that I can shoot on this lens at 500 millimeters. So this thing is 3 foot from me. Should I scare the crap out of it or no? Look at this thing. about 3 feet from me and never knew I was here. Bye, armadillo. Tell you what, it is, I don't know how much protection it is, but it's a good thing they have those little shells on the back, on their back, because, I mean, it's such an easy target. Like, I wouldn't want to eat the dang thing, but I'm sure something would. God. Anyway, back to photography. So, I don't even know what I was saying. ISO 500, all the way zoomed in at 500 millimeter, and the lowest aperture I can shoot at is 7.1 at 500 millimeters. If I was all the way at 100 millimeters, I could shoot at f4.5, but with this lens, it's a variable aperture. So we're at 7.1, which is wide as we can shoot, and that's still only giving me, even at ISO 500, that's just giving me a 1/13 of a second exposure. And, you know, basically it's because my aperture is so dang low. Stop down to 7.1, so there's nothing I can do about that. But I'm gonna put a 10-second timer on because I don't have my lens collar for this. I have one, but I don't have it. And what that basically does, it mounts, it goes on the lens right here, I believe, or here, and it mounts, it has a little shoe that sticks out, and you mount that shoe to your tripod instead of having the lens with all that weight hanging over, because what that does when you're zoomed in, if the slightest little bump, and that lens is going to shake. So I don't have the collar with me, so I'm going to have to put a 10-second timer on to kind of eliminate all the shake from me hitting the focus button. So tell you what, let me see if I can actually show you what I'm talking about, because let me show you just how much shake this thing has. And this, like, again, this little camera here, it doesn't do very well at close distances, but there's that. So I'm gonna just barely bump the camera, and you can see the amount of shake. And if I zoom in even further, look at that, just touching it. That's the amount of shake you have. So you can imagine when you're taking a photo, if you have a slow shutter speed and you just either hit the shutter button or you do just a 2-second timer, 1, 2, and it takes a shot, that camera, that is still shaking, that lens is still shaking, so you're going to get a blurry picture. So to counteract that, if you're handheld, you can do your image stabilization, but we're on a tripod, so that's turned off. So we're going to have a 10-second timer on, and that's it. Like I said, it's giving me 1/13 of a second exposure. So that'll sit there and do its thing and beep and beep and beep and beep and beep. But you can zoom in. Oh yeah, everything is crisp and sharp. Nice, very nice. So, is that an award-winning shot? Is it a portfolio image? Is it something that I will try to push for people to buy and print? No, heck no. But it's fall color. It's beautiful. I love it. It's my favorite time of year. The weather's changing. It gets cooler outside. The trees turn, and when you're a photographer, I mean, I don't know a photographer that fall isn't their favorite season. So anyway, it's very relaxing to be out here. So whether I get a good image or not, I am thrilled to death to be out here. Very peaceful, like I said earlier, peaceful little sprinkle. You can hear it hitting all the leaves throughout the trees. So it's good to be out in nature, that's for sure. So anyway, if I like any of these images that I've taken, if I haven't already put them on the screen, I'll put them on the screen now. And then we'll move on to the next spot. Nothing like some good ice water. My wife found this for me. I told her I was looking for some type of water jug to take to work, you know, so I won't have to just bring 4 or 5 bottles of water and spend tons of money to work and to stay hydrated throughout the day. Just want to bring, you know, 1 jug, fill it up, and that'd be enough for the whole day, you know. So anyway, she found this for me on Amazon, and it's only my 2nd time using it, but so far it works good. Keeps water cold, and when you're thirsty, ain't nothing like water. All right, so much junk in my car. I gotta clean this thing out. There we go. All right, let's go see what else we can find. Well, I don't really know about the light, but I passed through here, and there's several trees in here. They're just, well, they're popping with color. So we're gonna go take a look, see what we can find, because it looks pretty good to me. But then again, this whole area, like, I mean, this is all government land. This is forestry road. I've been riding down it. I mean, and there's just, golly, there's color everywhere. I just wish, even though I'm loving this rain, I wish there was just a little bit of sunlight that would come through just every now and again. Just a little, you know, dappled light here and there. That way, maybe I could get some backlit color. Because, like I said earlier, even though the color is awesome, and having a you know, blanket of clouds over kind of makes the colors pop a little bit, kind of glow, and gives a nice even lighting, you know, for these trees. But a little bit of sunlight here and there wouldn't hurt either. So anyway, I'll grab a bag, go over there and see what we can find. Gotta get my pistol, as always. Thing sits right here. Freaking hurts. It hits my knee every time I take a step. I got a holster. I just need to go get it out of the house and actually use it. So anyway, I'll bring y'all back in just a minute. No, a locust. I've heard they're good to eat, especially when they're dead. So, not really gonna do that. I used to love crushing these things up when I was a kid. I'd find them on pine trees and just, oh. Anyway. Look at the granary. The granary. It just makes the colors pop. So much contrast. I bet there's deer all in here. It's posted for hunting. You can't hunt in here, but it is government woods, so. So the one tree I did spot was this one right over there. I'll go over there from the road and see if I can get a better shot. But I just wanted to take a peek in here and see if there's anything else interesting. Because that's honestly, that's what made me pull over. That's what made me stop, is all the greenery in here, all the contrast in color. You have these dark green magnolia trees and all these other trees that are nice with color. So it just kind of makes everything pop. But thought I heard a truck coming. One day I'm going to perfect these videos. I'm going to learn when to film and when not to film. That way the videos won't be so long. I guess I always could cut them out, cut them down when I'm editing, but I don't know. I guess I just like to talk. Maybe because I'm out here by myself. And talking to a camera is better than not talking to anything or anyone. So this tree, I like it. I'll show you what I was talking about when I was talking about contrast. This is it. Heard a stick break. But let me go up to this tree. Let me explore a little bit before I take this picture. Well, look at there. Wonder what made that. Armadillos. So as you can see, what I was talking about earlier, whatever kind of tree this is. I mean, look at that. Is that pretty or what? That is awesome. You got these vibrant yellow leaves. Some of them are still green. They're turning, but look right behind them. You position those magnolia trees, which, by the way, I've never seen this many magnolia trees in the one spot. Look at them. Oh, they're everywhere. Even way over there, way up there, surrounded by magnolia trees. You don't typically see that, at least not here. You get one or two every now and again, but back to what I was saying. So you got the dark green leaves of the magnolia trees. And if you position this tree just right, and you get down low, of course, this is not the view I'll get. I have a lens that'll do a lot better, do more justice, but you'll have that dark green leaves in the background contrasting with these bright yellow leaves here in the front on this tree. So I think it'll make a good picture. But we'll see. Any of you out there that know any of these trees that I've talked about, if you know what the trees are, what they're called. I mean, I know what a magnolia tree is, and I know several oak trees, but there's a lot of trees I don't know. So like this tree, I have no idea what kind of tree that is. It's not a gum tree. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Why, man, these things fall off too easily. I could have had that in my picture. I'll tell you what, throw it back on there. No, never mind. But if y'all know what kind of trees these are, just leave a comment in the comment section below, because I've got to start learning my trees. I know I could just Google it probably, or take a picture and like maybe pull up Google Lens. It's a very useful tool if y'all have never used it. If you have the Google app, it's got a little button on there you can hit. It's Google Lens. You can take a picture of something, and if it recognizes what it is, it'll tell you exactly what it is. So these leaves, take a picture of it, or the tree, and it'll tell you what tree it is. And there's apps out there for it too. But I'd love to know, for whoever watches these videos, I'd love to know if you know what kind of trees these are. Just leave a comment below in the comment section of this video, and just tell me, because I don't know. I know photography, I know how to work a camera, but I don't know a lot about trees. So I'm gonna kind of mess around right in here, set up my tripod, see what kind of angles I can get. See what I'm working with here. see if it's worth even taking a shot. So I was just kind of startled just a little bit there. I just took this picture and I looked through the woods and I saw what I thought was a hunter's orange, like bright orange vest, somebody hunting, because it is a primitive weapon season. So, you know, people want to hunt with either a bow or a muzzle loader or something. They can. So there may be people out here hunting. I don't know. I haven't passed any vehicles, but I realized that it was just a really bright orange tree through a small little section of orange leaves through the woods. So that was kind of freaky, but anyway. So I've already taken this picture, and basically my settings, I've zoomed in on this tree. I've gone for a square crop again, like I did before, but I just focused at 5.6 because I think that's all I'll need. My ISO is again at 500, and that only gives me a shutter speed of 1/20th of a second, which is why the ISO is bumped up so high. So anyway, I've got a polarizer on again. It just kind of helps. It really helps with the greens, those dark greens in the background. It just kind of makes them pop. So I've already taken the picture, so I'll go ahead and put that on the screen for you now. So there's our camera, and I bet you never guess what my subject is this time. It's kind of weird. Actually, it's kind of cool. You go back over here, hide the trunk of the tree behind this pine tree, and you have a little color coming out from the sides. That's kind of neat. If I could only get way back and eliminate this tree, that might be a cool shot, but I can't. So anyway, so I swapped out my tripod, my little what do you call it, Gorilla Pod. I swapped it out for my long little selfie stick style, so I'll get you a little bit further from me when I'm recording. So pretty much know what I'm taking a picture of. It's that tree. So I've got my camera set up way up here. There we go. Got my camera set up. What I've done on this one, so I've set it up for a 16:9 crop, just to eliminate the top and the bottom. I really don't want much on the top and bottom of this picture, so I think a 16:9 works perfectly. So I've got it. I bumped the ISO down just a little bit from 500 to 400 because I'm able to shoot this since I'm only at 180 millimeter roughly. I can shoot this at f5. That's the lowest I can go, but hey, it allows me to throw more of the background out of focus though. So focusing on the trunk of the tree, shot it at f5, ISO 400. And with a polarizer on, again, I've used a polarizer on every shot and probably will the rest of the day. But that gives me 1/13th of a second. So 10-second timer to eliminate the shake, as always, and then see what we get. There we go. I like it. I really wish I had like a 2.8 lens so I could bump it down to like f3.5 or so. That would be nice because I would much prefer all the background trees be blurred out, completely out of focus. But, you know, I got what I got, so. This random balloon right there on the ground. I always, when you get around here, it's almost every time that I go out to these national forest land or government wood, any kind of woods that the government owns, I always see balloons that I guess they've lost, kids have lost or let go of, and they always wind up in the middle of nowhere. That one's got Minnie Mouse on it, so who knows? Who knows where that came from or how long it's been here. Yeah, anyway, enough with the random thoughts. Sometimes I feel like when I come out and do photography and make videos, I feel like I have ADHD. I feel like I got ADD, because I'll start talking about something and then I'll be like, squirrel. I'll see something else and I'm like, you know what? This reminds me of a story. Or you know what? There's a rock right there, and that rock looks like the one we saw on that trip last year. And let me tell you about that trip. I just feel like I can't concentrate on one thing and finish talking about it before I see something else and go on to something else. And basically what that is me trying to tell you everything that's on my mind, and I wind up getting scatterbrained and talking too much, which is why these videos are longer than they should be. I can't believe I have not seen one deer. See, here I go again. Can't believe I've not seen one deer since I've been here. Ain't seen no deer, ain't seen no bears, ain't seen no Bigfoot. Dadgum. Steve, you're watching this. Another disappointing trip. Can't find him. Well, you know, even though the government claims that, make sure this is turned off. The government claims that aliens are real now, even though I don't believe that. So who knows? It won't be long. They'll be coming out and saying Sasquatch is real and they found him. Heck, it wasn't long ago they had this video going around of what they thought was Sasquatch crouched down. You probably know what I'm talking about. Some person on some kind of train ride up in the mountains or somewhere. I don't even know where it was, but they saw something. But that's obviously somebody in a costume. They can say what they want. There are way too many hunters out there that hunt these woods, all the woods in the United States. And they ain't ever seen one. They ain't got no proof of one. So all you believers out there, I'm sorry. It would be cool to see one, if it was real, but it ain't real. So anyway, I think I'm done with the government woods. The problem with the government woods is you get to driving on these old forestry roads and you'll lose track of time. It'll go on for miles and you'll just be going and looking and looking. I'm looking left and right, and I lose track of time, and the days done flown by, and I haven't even gone and explored anything else. I've just been stuck in government woods, so I got to get out of here and go see something else. Honestly, I don't know what time it is. I think it's getting to be about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I don't know how much more photography I'll do, but we'll see. I'm still going to go ride around and look. I'm at least 25 minutes from my house, so I've got to at least go back that way. So never know, I may see something along the way that I want to photograph, so we'll see. Well guys, I'm back home. It wasn't exactly the way I wanted to end that video. But, I don't know if it was a storm rolling in or what, but it got dark really quick. Not completely dark, but it was getting very dark. So all the light on those trees that I had going for me, it all kind of dissipated. It was all gone, and I knew if I tried to keep going and make a video and take some pictures that they wouldn't turn out great. So I just kind of threw in the towel for this video. I'm home now. Just got home, so hope you enjoyed the video. I think I still probably have 2 or 3 weekends left that I could go shoot some fall color. I think there's plenty that hasn't turned yet, plenty of trees that hasn't turned color. And the ones that have may hang on for a few more weeks before they drop, depending on the storms that we get. You know, you get a storm blowing in, it'll blow all the leaves off the trees, and then there goes your fall color for this year. So anyway, we'll see. I did have a blast. Like I said, it was so good to get out, and just do some walking, looking around at the fall color, and the rain was great. Like I said, it wasn't a downpour, but it was just enough to kind of coat the leaves and kind of make the ground wet. So just enough to be peaceful. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It was nice to be out today. So I look forward to making more videos. Hopefully I can get out before all this fall color is gone, because today I didn't plan anything. This was no, I didn't go out with anything in mind. I just went out in hopes to drive down some random back roads and find some fall color. And I did that. But I wasn't very selective with it. So maybe next time, maybe next week, maybe next video I'll come out with, I'll get some better shots. I don't know, some different shots. You know, here in Mississippi, you don't have, I've said this so many times, I know y'all are probably sick of it, but you don't have the big vista scenes. You don't have the mountainsides full of trees. You don't have waterfalls with leaves all over the foreground and the rocks, and you know, you don't have, there's just nothing, no big vast landscape. So here I pretty much have to focus on the more intimate, smaller details, because that's all we got here. So now occasionally you'll get like a very nice field with like some rolling hills and some trees in the distance, but for the most part, you're going to be zoomed in with some really close to all your subjects. Most of the time it's trees, because you know, hey, that's what we got. That's what we got here in Mississippi. So anyway, but I had fun. Hopefully some of these pictures turn out. I just got back home, so I haven't uploaded any of them to my computer. I don't know what turned out good, what didn't turn out good, but hopefully all of them did. But you know, if one or two is all I got, that's fine too. I had a blast being out, and hopefully y'all enjoy the video. So, you know, if you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing. Like the video if you like it. And like I said, if you know any of those trees that I took pictures of, I don't know any of them. I don't know one tree that I photographed today. I have no idea. So if you do know them, you want to comment below, let me know what kind of tree it is. I would appreciate it, because I have no idea. So, and if you do subscribe, be looking for the Colorado video at some point to come out. It may be a month or two from now, I don't know, but it is so much footage that it is going to take me a while to edit. But when I do release the video, I can promise you it will be an epic video. It's the prettiest landscape, one of the prettiest I've ever seen. Like I said, I've been to Montana, I've been to New England, all of New England. I've been to obviously Colorado, Arkansas. I've been everywhere, and it's hard to beat Colorado in the fall. So anyway, subscribe and you'll see that video when it comes out. And yeah, hopefully I can get out and make some videos soon. So if you did enjoy it, like I said, go ahead and like it, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. By the way, let me just show y'all. This is my grandmother's and my this is my grandparents' pond. The house we live in basically backs up to their property. Let me show you this pond. There's two separate ponds that kind of join together when the water's normal. Let me show y'all just how bad of a drought that we've been in the past 3 months. Let me show you what this looks like. I've never, as long as I've been a kid growing up here, you know, and many times as I've been to this pond, I have never seen it this bad. This will give you an idea of what kind of, you know, drought we've been in that I've been talking about in this video. Look at this. There's the boat. Just, I mean, you got deer tracks all over. coming down at night to drink the water, I guess. But this is what you're dealing with. This is what Mississippi's been dealing with for the past 3 months. No water whatsoever. Look at that. He looks like a dang, he looks like a, I can't remember, I can't think of the word of it. Anyway. Oh, let me get through here without tripping. And here's the other pond. And like I said, they typically, when the water's up and normal, it's one pond, but they kind of separated because this used to be the old pond. Well, they dug that one and then they kind of joined them together. Well, this is what you're looking at now. That's how bad it is. And it's not just here. That's an old boat. This boat's been here. I honestly don't even know where it came from. I can't remember, but it's been there a while. It's typically underwater. But this is the worst I've ever seen it. And this is not the only pond. Everywhere you go in the South, like Mississippi, and it's not just our state, it's a lot of states. But as far as Mississippi and what I see on a daily basis, any pond you see is going to be maybe not this bad, but it's going to be really low. So anyway, I say that because that is why we've had a lot of trees die here lately. And that's why I think our fall here is not as good as it could be, because a lot of the leaves are gone. They're dead. The trees are dead. And even the trees that would have been pretty, during the fall season, I think that a lot of them have turned brown and died and fallen long before it was supposed to. So anyway, just a little tidbit. We need some rain here in the South.